Hi, welcome to another Mic Drop Monday. How the hell are you? What has been going on? Tell me all the things. Do you like my cute little mini microphone? So, fun backstory. Dude, I love how technology does so much for us, but it is so true that if you aren't good with technology, you're missing a mark. And so, whenever I first started my podcast, and hi, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa Simpson. I am the founder of Restfully Rich. Welcome home. So glad you're here. And I have a podcast called the Restfully Rich Podcast. It was previously called Limitless, LYSS. And I started my podcast maybe 4 years ago now. Jesus Christ, time fucking flies. 4 or 5 years ago now. Wow. And when I first started it, of course, I had my microphone doing my things, and eventually my microphone stopped working. So instead of trying to figure out what was going on with my microphone, I bought cute mini ones, and I haven't used them since until I started filming these videos for you all. And if you watched the Mic Drop Monday where I have my headphones on, and yes, your girl wears wired Apple headphones because AirPods are frying your fucking brain. You don't need Bluetooth that close to your brain. Get back to the wires, y'all. And it was so just the audio was so bad because it was touching my hair and it was like hitting on my chest. And so you just hear these loud fucking boop bop boop bop. And it kind of drove me nuts. I was like, if this was just a little clearer, it would be so much better. So I pulled back out my mini mics. We're here, but I've had issues with these too. So fingers crossed we can get through these videos, especially for today, my mic drop Monday, because I got some juicy shit for you to where it sounds just as good as it feels speaking. I have notes today. If you have been listening to my podcast, if you are a avid podcast listener, you know that I don't bring notes to my podcast. I literally just like to have a topic I want to discuss, and then the universe just pulls me where I need to go and say what I need to say. And those are the best kind of episodes, in my opinion. But today, for this Mic Drop Monday, I really wanted to dive into a few different things, but I really wanted it to be impactful and I needed notes to stay on track for that. Okay. So settle in, welcome, get yourself a beverage. We are doing hot bone broth coffee today here in the office because it's raining and it's cold and it's good for your body. Okay. So settle in. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is I I Googled Restfully Rich last night because I was just curious. I was like, what does the internet show when I Google Restfully Rich? And I am all over that search page, baby. The movement is alive and well. And this is when I first saw it and I kept scrolling and it was all just literally Restfully Rich me stuff. I was like, oh my God, like, mama, we've made it, because this is not a fucking cutesy coaching container, right? Like, it is a literal methodology that women are implementing and changing their fucking life. If you're new here, Restfully Rich is a methodology that I have created. And essentially, I am teaching women who are highly ambitious, highly overfunctioning, successful as shit, how to learn how to receive restfully. Because what we are seeing so frequently are women who have built these incredible empires that are making them tons of money, that are actual medicine to the world. Their vision, their dream, all these things are so beautiful and incredible, but they're not able to hold that type of success because the success that they've created is through the masculine lens. And women are literally designed to rest and receive. And when I became mom, I truly and honestly got met with how much hyper independency I navigated my life through, and how I truly did feel unsafe receiving support, and how I really did feel like this level of control that was tied to my ambition that did not need to be there, but it was there because if you are if you are a woman entrepreneur, you know that there is no one teaching you how to build your business through your own energy, through the feminine energy. It's all done through the masculine lens, which is awesome and great and it works, until it doesn't. So I created Restfully Rich literally because number one, I have always lived a restfully rich life. Yes, I am highly ambitious. Yes, I am highly overachieving. Yes, I am very fucking capable, but I was doing it all through the masculine lens. And every time that I would get back into my feminine energy, I received so much more than I ever did when I was trying to hustle and grind through the masculine. And I just always chalked it up to I'm just really good at manifesting. I just have such a good hold over me creating the reality that I want to live in, that it can't just be that when I operate in my feminine, I'm receiving more. It has to just be that I'm a really good manifester. Number one, women are very good manifestors because we are tapped into that reality of manifestation and bringing your dreams from your mind into the actual physical, because it's how we were designed, right? Like we literally bring souls into the earth. We manifest humans. So we are master manifestors. However, I also have been a student of mindset and manifestation since I was 13, 14 years old. And so when I first started my coaching career, I really was coaching women everything that I've ever known, right? Like mindset, manifestation, the keys, the laws, like all of these things. And it was incredible. And I saw so much success with that work in terms of really transforming women's lives. But what I kept getting hit with time and time again was these women, they were all of my clients, very capable, very able. They just had limiting beliefs that we had to clear. And so we would clear them and then they're off on their merry way. And they come back to me like, dude, shit is still really hard. Like, I don't understand why I'm having to work so fucking hard. Like, I'm missing precious time with my children. My marriage is on the brink of extinction. I do not know when the last time I actually was able to enjoy the life that I've built. And that is a fucking problem, okay? Because what they're doing, these women, they're burning their businesses down. When their businesses need to exist in this time, it's their medicine that they're here to deliver to the world. And instead of burning it down, they need a new way of operating things. They need a new way of doing things. They need a way that they can build that wealth sustainably so it honors their nervous system, it honors their energetics, it honors their frequency, but it also still allows them to be rich as fuck, wealthy as fuck, abundant as fuck, right? But you don't have to go bankrupt energetically in order to do so. And here's the reason why men can operate that way is because their hormones and their energy are completely different than women. So the whole feminist movement of yes, we deserve to work and earn our own money, and yes, we deserve the same humanitarian rights as men. Correct, we do. However, we are not created equally as men, so we cannot build businesses the way that men have built businesses, or it's not going to be sustainable, which, hello, time and time again, we see that it's not. And I really love to use Miranda Priestly as my like visual example of what a burnt out successful woman is, because Miranda Priestley's life is not fulfilled, right? Like her whole life is her career. She has these twin kids that she's not never allowed to like really immerse herself in their activities. She's on her like third divorce or whatever. And I also have not seen the new Devil Wears Prada, so don't spoil anything for me. I don't know what's going on with Miranda Priestly these days. Talking about Miranda Priestly circa 2006, okay? When yeah, she was going through some shit, okay? Women can lead, women can be incredible female founders. They can build, right? We can. But we have to know how to do it from our human energetically hormonal design, okay? So that's my pedestal that I'm going to hop off of now. For those of you who are unaware of what Restfully Rich is. So when I Googled Restfully Rich, by the way, it's trademarked. I have trademarked Restfully Rich. I went all in about 2 months ago where I really was like, okay, I'm done fucking around. Like I'm done creating all of these ecosystem offer, container, membership, freebie things. And I'm going full fucking force into Restfully Rich and what it is. And when I close my eyes and I think of what Restfully Rich is, it is a living room, a cute, cozy living room inside of a country club. So elevated, luxurious, high level, but women come to the Restfully Rich Collective once a week to fill up their cups so that they can continue to build in their natural energy and create these beautiful, awesome empires without sacrificing themselves. So that's what I vision when I close my eyes. And the women walking through the door are Miranda Priestley's. um, so that brings me to my topics of regulation and success. Because as women who desire success, who deserve success, who are allowed to live lives outside of being a daughter, a wife, a mother, a friend, who truly want to build this incredible thing, because women do have the sense to build businesses, right? Like, even if we go back to when, women stayed at home and raised, like, I think of my great grandmother. She raised her children. She didn't work. My great grandfather was the provider, and she took care of the home and everything, but she was still the one who was manifesting. She was still the one who was creating this reality of her family that lived in, that was so beautiful and pure and honest and, intentional and present, right? And she never felt that she was oppressed. She never felt that she was missing out, because her sole purpose was to raise her children and to create a home for those children. However, she was running a business in her home, right? Like, women who don't have a business, women who are solely focused on being a stay-at-home mom, or just being a mom, period, and whatever the fuck, right? Like, we have the sense to build businesses because we can multitask like a motherfucker. Like, it's funny, I've had this conversation with my husband a few times where I can be doing something and listening and all these things. And if he's in the middle of doing something and I'm like, I don't know, for instance, he's repairing something of ours and I come to ask him a question, he's like, hold on, I can't, like, hold on, I'm doing this right now. Like, he can't multitask, right? And it's not just unique to him, it's all men, right? Like, I remember growing up, and my dad too, like, if I were to go to him while he was messing with something or trying to find something and I ask him a question, it's, Alyssa, hold on, give me a second. I can't hear you. Like, their brain literally can't do more things than once. And women, like, we have the superpower to be multitaskers, which is kind of what you need to be whenever you are running businesses, when you're creating businesses, when you are building something incredible for the world, right? But there is no regulation when you're doing business through the guise of the way that men do business, which is traditional business. Okay. We don't even need to call it the way that men do business. It's literally the way that business is built. And high functioning women are secretly exhausted. Okay. Because balancing all of the multitasky things, at least whenever you're doing it without building the business, you have capacity for the things that are inside of your home. But now you add a whole nother ecosystem outside of your home that you're having to manage as well. You're exhausted. You are burnt the fuck out. And maybe you're still waking up every day and getting things done and marking things off of your checklist, and you're still getting those workouts in, and you're still meal prepping, and you're still doing all these things, but you are exhausted. You can't remember the last time you rested. Some piece of your life is falling short, and 9 times out of 10 it comes with the expense of the ones that are closest to us. It's easy to put the relationships that are closest to us and mean the most to us on the back burner. Not that you take them for granted, but it's that they're always going to be there, they're always there. Like, it's the most important relationship in my life. I know if I don't pour into it as much as I want to, it's still going to be there, right? No, that's not necessarily true. Like, eventually, those are the first things that I see fall when we're talking about these high achieving, exhausted women, is the relationships that they have. 9 times out of 10, it's their marriage, and then it's the relationship with their children. They start to deteriorate because they're the first relationships to go, right? So, being secretly exhausted is fine until it's not. Okay, until it starts to truly and honestly wear and tear at you, and your nervous system is going to be the first thing that's firing off on all cylinders, saying, hey, whoa, we're out of whack. Hey, whoa, this hurts. Hey, whoa, we don't feel good, right? Like, our body tells us the signs of what's going on energetically first before we can start connecting the dots. So take a second. What is your nervous system actually telling you? And a lot of these women that come to me, it's the whole like, well, I just need to manage my time better because I have all the money in the world, I have all the resources in the world, but like my time is what I can't understand to manage. And every single woman who has come to me with the complaint that their time management must be the problem, it's never your time management. It is never your time management. That is literally a band aid over the bullet wound that you have that you think is the issue. So they'll invest in these new programs. They'll really try to automate everything. They will be so diligent on like 15-minute intervals that each 15 minutes need to be high productivity so they can save minutes later on. And I always think of, if you've seen The Office, whenever Kevin read a book and it was like a time management book, and so he started talking shorter, like, me want to see world, and Jim and Pam were like, you want to see the world or you want to go to Sea World? And he was like, Sea World, fish, water. And they're like, see, like, this isn't saving you time because we literally don't know what you're talking about. So I think of things like that when women come to me and they're like, I just have to manage my time better. They start running this conversation in their head of they're lazy, that they're not being product productive enough, that they are missing an opportunity somewhere that can optimize their system better. And you can only optimize and structure your systems in your life so much until the rubber finally meets the road and you're like, holy shit, it's me. It's not my systems. It's not my time management. It's me. At the root of all of this, there is some type of inner critic talk that you are not good enough, not worthy enough, you aren't achieving what you should be achieving. And a lot of times it comes with a comparison. A lot of times there's this inner critic running the show who has something to prove to someone of your life. And that that component of it is the actual problem, not the time management. I also, if you're new here, I talk about Elon Musk a lot because I think he is such a little weirdo, but he's so interesting. And if aliens have been walking the earth for millions of years underneath our nose, he is proof of that, because this man, it makes no sense how this man does what he does other than you must be an alien. But I truly do think of when people complain about time management, I'm like, well, look at fucking Elon, dude. This guy has so many things going on. And did you know he's like a world renowned gamer? Like, he's really good at this one specific game, like best of the world, and it's a hard game. It's not something that anyone could play and be really well at. Like, so what I'm saying is, like, he has time to practice this fucking game to get really good at it, and he's number 1 in the world at this game. Again, I'm doing a horrible job paraphrasing this, but it's a fucking fact. Look it up, Google it. And he runs Tesla, he runs SpaceX, he's doing shit in the United States government. He has 19 million kids with 100,000 different baby mamas. Like, he's going to Mars. Like, how do you have time? How do you have time? How do you have time? Literally, it's not time management. So then I think of women that are like, I need to have better time management. I'm like, you can't operate like Elon. Number one, no one can. If that was truly sustainable, excuse me, don't you think that everyone would be replicating exactly what Elon is doing? No, he's an anomaly. That is fucking nuts, right? And I don't know. I could talk about him forever because I think he's just, again, such a little weirdo. That's my boy. Fucking he's so interesting to me. But it's not about time management is what I'm saying. And even if you were to implement whatever the fuck he does as a woman, you're still not going to see success with it because he's a man or an alien. I don't know aliens' hormone system, but I do know a man's, and they rise with the sun and they fall with the sun. Okay. They have that same energy every single day. Women do not. We don't. We hormonally we don't. That's why we have a lunar cycle. We are really optimized and fully high functioning one week, and we really need to rest and prioritize nourishing ourselves another week, right? I also have my rest. This is something I do teach inside of Restfully Rich, but I created it in a audio form that you can listen to and implement yourself. And it is my Restfully Rich business flow. And what it is it breaks down the flow of women in a way that you can implement it into your business to where it makes sense, right? Like, every day, you should not be trying to sell or create new offers or be implementing changes. Like, there are specific weeks designed based on our energy that you are going to really have the best results when you implement those things depending on your flow and your cycle. So you can grab that audio using the link below. It's $7. It's a really great entry level for you to understand the Restfully Rich methodology. And you can't Google this. Like, this is something that I've created. This is something that I have birthed, and it is something that is truly changing the game for women entrepreneurs everywhere. Then the other piece to this with support and regulation and success is the idea that it's your business that's burning you out. It's not your business. You could burn it down, rebuild it, pivot into something completely different and new, and you're still going to have the same issues, because at the root of all of this, it's an identity. It's an identity. You identify as someone who only receives when you physically do something, or you push through a time, or you're marking shit off of your to-do list, or you're optimizing your systems. You identify as someone who, if you achieve these things, then you will see X, Y, and Z. It's not your business. It is not your business at all, because at the root of all success, it comes from you. So sure, you've seen success. You've hit the $100,000. You've hit the multiple $100,000. You've hit the high 5-figure months. You've had a 6-figure day. Whatever the case is, it's not that generating money falls short for you. It's that you literally are losing time and losing the valuable, precious moments chasing something that is renewable, i.e., money. Money is renewable. You can renew money. You can receive more. You can generate more, but you cannot ever get your time back. You cannot ever recreate a moment. You cannot ever go back to the mundane shit that you're trying to escape and relive it, no matter how much you try. Anyone that I've ever talked to who has children who are in their 30s, their 40s, they have grandchildren, and I talk to a lot of these people, and all of them say that they wish they could go back and slow down the shit that they were trying to rush past with their children being little, right? I see that so often with women. So often they are rushing past the most important time of their life. Because when you're on your fucking deathbed, when you're in your retirement home, when it's just you and your husband and the kids are all gone and they're having their own families, you're going to want to just reverse the time back to when you were their whole world, when you were the thing that they needed and wanted most, right? That's such a small percentage of every person's life, is needing their parents and needing their mother. And when you get past that stage, you're going to want it back. And you're not going to be on your deathbed going, Jesus Christ, I'm so glad that I put creating money over time. What the fuck? You won't feel that way. You won't feel that way. And with the way that the world is shifting into, I truly do believe that money as a whole is going to be completely different in the next 10 years than it is right now, in terms of like creating and generating and receiving. And when that happens, and you're going to be so tied to this identity of exchange for money, you're going to have a really hard time understanding how to get back into the flow of enjoying the now. We're so focused on what's next, what can I do next, how can I optimize this to create something better in the next 5 years, 10 years, a year from now. Cool, I love big goals, but number one, you can't manifest in the future. So you manifesting all of this money and all of this success in the future, it's never going to happen, because you're manifesting in the future. Or when you tell yourself, one day I'll get to slow down and relax and enjoy the mundane. Now is the only time that's real. So stop saying one day and start acting as only today. That's the bottom line, right? And so much more goes into this that I do teach inside of the Restfully Rich Collective. I simply could not ever create what is inside of the Restfully Rich Collective into this type of content, because it is a lived proximity, real time shift that happens inside. It is nervous system regulation. It is identity shifting. It is understanding your own value, your own worth, your own hormones, your own sustainability through the eyes of a woman that I simply cannot teach it here. And I'd be doing a disservice to myself, number one, because this is true, honest, magical medicine that you get access to when you pay, right? That's a whole nother identity shift that I've had, that I've talked about. Is I used to give everything away for free because I was told that giving your shit away for free is the way that you should be running business. And that's not fucking true. This is free. You're welcome. If you want better, deeper, more proximity, you have to pay to play, baby. You have to understand the full Restfully Rich methodology through the inside out in order to see the actual change. However, if something is nudging you inside that says, holy shit, this is it, holy shit, like this is exactly what I've needed, you need to get inside of the Restfully Rich collective. Like I said, Google Restfully Rich and you will see nothing but me and the methodology. That's only going to get bigger. That's only going to keep changing. And there is some beauty getting into something when it's still starting to take off, because things change, prices change, proximity changes. And right now, we have the opportunity to be in full blown proximity at a very, very reasonable entry price that you should get in on now. Okay? Okay. That's my mic drop Monday for you. We are going to continue the conversations of regulation and success, money and time, motherhood and identity, relationships and resentment, and honestly, the polarizing things that your typical coach and mentor is too fucking scared to say. All right? I'll see you next week. Bye.